doing a little weather report. It's a lot better this afternoon than it was last night. I'm back at work. Leaving here last night was horrible. You know, um, I'm not going to say that that the roads were definitely clear today. But leaving out of work last night, the city did a horrible job at clearing these roads out. I'm quite sure it was a lot of accidents last night. With people not driving cautious or slow. Um, but today the roads are some pretty much clear, on the main roads, I should say. The side streets, they don't do them down here. But it took me 2 hours and some change to get home last night. That's how bad the roads were. That's how bad the storm came down. So, I can't blame it all on, the city workers. I'm quite sure, they were out here. They just have to do a better job at getting out here a little earlier, preparing the roads for people commute, because we still have to make it to work and make it back home to our family. So what's going on out there? It's Thursday. Happy Thursday to everybody. Hopefully everybody had a safe commute back home last night, and then hopefully everybody had a safe commute to work this morning. I know a lot of people work first shift probably woke up to like, whoa, what the heck, because it was bad out here last night. So hopefully everybody was safe on their way to work this morning. Yep. So I'm just chiming in, checking in. Um, I sent a link out to my homeboy Joseph. Hopefully he can come in, but he may be on his way to work too. So I know a lot of people probably gonna be leaving out early today, trying to just make sure that they make it to work on safe. So telling everybody down here in Detroit, be safe, drive slow. The roads are clear, but some of the side streets are not. So it's still a little slippery out here. So still be cautious. Just because you see it clear, don't be you know pedal to the flow. Take your time and be safe. Yep. So I'm just waiting for a few more people to jump in, and I want to have a conversation, a real quick conversation with you guys. My main concern was just hopefully everybody was safe coming to work this morning, and hopefully everybody was safe and made it home safe last night. So just give me a thumbs up. Let me know how your trip was last night, how your trip was getting coming to work, I should say. Because like I said, it took me 2 hours and some change to make it home. For my commute. Yeah, but the roads were definitely cleared. It's definitely safe to travel, to get out there to to be able to take care of whatever business that you need to take care of today. I don't know what the weather report going forward is for this upcoming weekend for Friday. But hopefully, this was the last snowstorm, winter storm, of the year for us. I understand people have to get out here and make money. I know people make a living out here, you know, uh, like removing things like that. So hopefully, they got what they needed to get, for this little snowstorm, and made a little money out here today. I'm really not a snow guy. I hate. I'm cool with the snow, but I just hate traveling in it. I rather for it not to snow. So we've pretty much had a mild winter this winter. You can't complain. It's been pretty decent. This pretty much yesterday was the first big snowstorm. I'll say of the year. Well, it actually has been the biggest snowstorm of the year. I got a few people watching. I got a few people joining. Make sure you guys like and comment, and make sure you hit that subscription button, please. It helps the channel grow. But yeah, down here in Detroit, in Ohio, I believe this may have been the first snowstorm of the year. Yeah. So it wasn't. I mean, it was bad. When it first started, but they got it under wraps, under control at some point. My question is, how was it this morning on you guys' commute on the way to work? Because I got here, I left out like around 12, and I got here like around 1. maybe 110, something like that. So it only took me my normal time to get here today. So I was able to get here, with no problem today. So I just want to chime in, check in, and chop it up with you guys real quick before I head on in to work. Like I said, the roads are clear, and hopefully you guys can hear me. I hope I can be heard. So yeah, look, I'm gonna go on ahead and end this. Hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. I just want to come in and give you guys the if you guys have not left out yet, an update, on the roads. Everything so far for you second shifters who have to leave and come out, the roads are clear, but still take your time, be cautious out there, because you still have these drivers who can't drive. So I just want to check in for a little bit. It's your boy Dame D. Be safe out there, and I am out. Peace.